location text bubble, and it just says I'm wet, like the car's saying it. So when it lines up on the grid, people are just going to see this white Corvette that says I'm wet, and then when they're behind it, it's got wet vet, and I'll put another sticker on the left that says, do you follow Jesus this close? And you're going to have to be so close to me to see it in the wet, like in the rain, but I'm just hoping that it cracks someone up.
Yeah, I'm looking out. Yeah, I'm wet. Right.
It's childish, but it's basic, like fucking Aussie. Yeah, I like it's a wrestling thing, but I love cowboy shit in real life, so it's one of my favourite decals. I always put it. It's like one of my Jester trademarks, basically.
Okay.
Like I'm fucking inner city as, but yeah, I'm just I don't know. Grew up with my old man showing me westerns and shit. And it's a cool decal, and I get away with it. Cowboy shit.
Did you like Once Upon a Time in Hollywood? I think you were discussing.
Yeah, so I do. I really do. Like as performances from Brad Pitt. He's playing. It's like it was just you could tell it was a role written for Brad Pitt. Like he's just being this cool guy. You know what I mean? Like he's being himself, but like a more Steve McQueen inspired version of him. Leo's character, obviously, because is what the actual story of the movie's about. You know, this old timer saying no to being put in his corner. I think he's like honestly the bit in the middle, like this is the bit I think that my missus said the most. Like, what's the point of it? But the Lancer bit where it's the on set in the middle of the movie, you know, with the little girl. So they give you the whole scene with the little girl before they're filming, and he's like doubting himself, and then they kind of start the filming, and he fucks up the line, and then he like has the bit where he's in his trailer and he's just going nuts at himself and nearly crying because like he just thinks he's a failure. And then comes back in and does because like he's like, you're Rick fucking Dalton, like looking in the mirror. Comes back in, does the scene, throws her on the ground. And she's like, you're a really good actor, Mr. Doll. Like, it's just, it's honestly one of my favourite scenes in the whole movie. Like, it's acting. Like, it's acting for the sake of acting. Like, in the middle, it's like the, in my opinion, even though it's a much better scene, it's like the bar scene in Inglourious Bastards where they're all sitting there speaking German. It's like, look how good we are at acting. That scene is, like, you've got three of the finest ever, and they're all speaking... They're all either English or American or Irish in Fassbender's case, and they're speaking German so fluently, so perfectly. Like it's even the way he's written the dialect in the German is done to make it akin to like Parasite, which was Korean. I don't know Korean humor, but the way that movie was written, the humor still translated. You know what I mean? Like to the English seeing crowd. But yeah, I think it's a weird movie. I think everyone went into it expecting the Manson murders, and like honestly, even I was like, I don't know where this is going.
The weirdest thing for me was just seeing her alive at the end.
My missus said the weirdest thing for her is just seeing her alive at the end. Like it's that happy what if. It didn't happen. Yeah, it didn't happen like that.
It was far
but see, for me, like
that's kind of where the title like clicks.
Once upon a, that's what. Yeah, exactly. So I don't have a problem with that ending because of that exact, like the word you just used there. Like I do see it as the what should have been, like the fairy tale ending. Like had she had a Steve McQueen living next door to her. You know what I mean? Like it's just this. I don't know the way.
Someone play her alive at the end.
I know. It's disrespectful to the memory of it. I know, but it was more. I don't know. They were meant to like. They clearly tried to paint her in this light that she was a very wonderful, likable person. But even her role in it too, I didn't think she had much to work with. I didn't see it as being all it was touted to be. You know, when people were saying that this is like once you've done a Tarantino movie, and it's true, but like, yeah, I still enjoy it. Like the end scene is honestly like I rewatched it recently and I laughed out loud again, like so badly.
Yeah, just the tone shift, right? Like, kind of to go from this serious movie and then just the last 10 minutes.
The moment he has the cigarette, and goes through his walk.
Weird, gross, like
That's
old,
insane.
stuck in bed guy.
Oh, Bruce Stern's character, the blind guy, that was hilarious because they give you this creepy feeling too that something really bad's going there, and nah, she's just fucking the shit out of him. Like, she's just fucking him blind.
Yeah, that whole act in the movie, just like when you're seeing it the first time, it's so tense.
It's nerve-wracking, isn't it? Yeah, like the way he does the shots, like of the house in the distance, like it's classic cinema, man. Like it actually made me think of the original Texas Chainsaw and kind of Hills Have Eyes and shit. Just the color tone out there and the setting and even the old man, you know, with these weird kids hanging around, like.
But like the crazy thing about it is that even after you've seen it the first time, well, I've seen this movie now like 5 times. Right?
3 for me.
It's kind of my go-to movie when I'm flying.
That's good.
But yeah, like even on the subsequent watches, just because even though you know what's going to happen and it kind of removes that tension, you just enjoy the performances so much.
Yeah, I think for me the second time through it was even more like that. The first time it was like you did actually have that first time dread and suspense of not knowing, especially in that middle act and then especially in the final act. But yeah, second time through knowing what's coming, like you almost get excited for the one-liners and the moments of just absolute pure fucking violence. Because, like, I mean, fuck, he kills someone. Well, doesn't kill him, but he fucks someone up with a can of dog food, for fuck's sake. Like, just even that. Like, it's believable, you know? Like, and the Asian chick, just the scream. Also, I feel like she was almost like a play on Yoko Ono at the same time.
Yeah, she did have that vibe.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, this fully out there, weird, petite, perfect, well, not perfect English speaking, but yeah, just this weird, out there, kind of psychotic, twisted Asian chick.
I love the line.
Props to Uma Thurman's daughter in it too. She was, she will be someone. Maya Hawke. She's the one that bails.
Okay.
The one of the 4, yeah, Maya Hawke. She's in Stranger Things too, on Netflix. Like, she come into it in the last season, I think. But she is Ethan Hawke and Uma Thurman's daughter, and she is I'm not knocking Uma. I've never been, like, I think she's an incredible actress, but I've never thought she was the hottest thing in the world. Her daughter is the hottest thing in the world. She's just a curvier Uma. Much more curves.
I love the line when they enter the house and Brad Pitt's like, "Hey, I know you. We've met, right? What's your name again?" And I'm an angel of death or something like that. He's like, nah, he's dumber than that.
Yeah, like fucking Rex, yeah, Tex. And she's like, he knows our name, Tex. And he's like, oh, he's like, got the big smile on his face, like, yeah, you the fucking weird kids. Even that scene though, like when the guys, like that dude had a presence about him. That Tex character, like he genuinely had this like full-blown serial killer vibe to him, you know, but like also charismatic, could have pulled off swagger.
Yeah, that's true actually. I don't think I've seen him in anything else. I wonder what else he's been in.
He very much reminded you. Did you ever see I think it was Hostage, the Bruce Willis one with the family? There's like a family taken hostage by a bunch of kids. Ben Foster was the actor anyways. He's been heaps of shit now. He's an incredible actor. Always plays the crazy guy, big eyes. But yeah, years ago, when he was young, like 18, 19, he had like he just looked like a kind of slimy metal goth late 90s kid, you know, that was fucked up. And that guy in that movie looks exactly like him, just a more taller, kind of muscular version. Like more of a man, rather than looking like a disgruntled teenager. Yeah, have you seen it? it's a different movie to bring up, but it's absolutely in the same vein. Hell or High Water come out 2, maybe 3 years ago. It had Chris Pine and this bloke Ben Foster and Jeff Bridges in it. It was basically the spiritual sequel to No Country for Old Men.
Oh, okay, that sounds good.
So like set 15 years later, like it's not in terms of like it's not even the same characters. It's just the same tone, like the same Midwest America. Watch the American dream become something fucked up type thing, but also done in reverse, because in that he finds the money. In this, it's they're two brothers, and one of them, well, both of them are pretty bad dudes, but one of them is like a really bad dude, and they're like disgruntled, but basically their mum's in a lot of shit, the land, everything, like they're gonna it's set during the first GFC, like 2009, I think, only coming out like 2 years ago, but it's basically set right in that. It's got this almost like a Big Short backdrop to it, with the mortgages.
Yeah, kind
and
of. Now that you're describing it, it does. I think I've read a
because they go after a particular bank brand, like it's the bank that's fucked them.
Yeah.
Like, and it's this particular, like even the name is like a play on real life. It's like some Midwest Texas bank or something like that. Like.
It was nominated for Best Picture, right?
It was incredible, yes, and I think Bridges was nominated for Best Actor for it. He didn't win though, and I was a bit gutted.
I'll have to check it out.
It's an incredible movie, man. Like if you like No Country for Old Men, it's just a not as bleak version, but it's still got its absolute just brutal kind of entrenched in Western stereotype criminal drama.
Yeah, No Country for Old Men's
one of the best. Yeah, same. One of the best of all time. And Javier Bardem is terrifying. Whenever he plays a villain of, like, even when he played a very, very, very similar character in the Bond movie, terrifying. Just his face alone. It's just, that character though, Anton, fucking, what is it, Anton something. There you go. Of course you know it. Yeah, definitely. I think he's even in the list. You've watched, babe, top 10 like villains and shit. No Country for Old Men.
Oh yeah.
1000%. The coin.
Like Anton Chigurh, Hans Landa.
Yeah, Hans. What about Sir Candy? Monsieur Candy. Django.
Django. Yeah, I'd put him up there, but he's only actually in that movie for like.
But it's the last half.
2 scenes.
But my God, that scene at the kitchen. That was all improv, yeah, like that. The bit with the blood, and he wipes it over her face, and like you see, I don't know, for a moment, I think she's in character the whole time, but still, it's like, fuck me, man. Like, I love Leo, but like that's next level. It's like Martin Sheen in fucking Apocalypse Now. Yeah, I definitely, like that whole type of director and vein of movies, man, that's my shit. Like, originally brought up on the westerns and the gangster movies, basically. Goodfellas and Casino, I watched them, like, by the time I was 10, I'd seen them fucking 100 times each. And if it wasn't those type of movies, it was real war movies like Platoon, Full Metal Jacket, Apocalypse Now, like when I was a kid, and I'm the same age as you, bro, so I think I was raised, like my dad, he always, like, if we were watching something fucked up, like even when I especially shouldn't have been, he always explained the shit to me. I remember in Platoon, there was this particular scene, like right near the end of the movie, like when it basically comes daybreak, and one of the black soldiers in the movie, he hides himself under, like, in a foxhole under all these bodies, and like basically hides throughout the war. And then when it's over the next morning, he pulls himself out of the bodies and then stabs himself in the guts and killed. I watched that when I was like 6 or 7, and I remember asking, I was like so confused by it, and my dad explained it in the ashamed, like, You know, like,
Like,
but at the same time was like, you know, he just survived that, and you know, good on him for that. Like, he did what he had to do, but he feels ashamed because all his mates are dead and he's the only one. Like, the way he explained it, it was like, it was just this, because I'm not a big fan of suicide either, but it was just something, it was this massive lesson to learn as a child, but to actually, like, grasp and understand as a child and then take on. And then, like, you know, when you watch movies from there on out, you're watching pretty intense shit, and in my opinion, watching some of the best stuff that was ever made.
It's a funny comment. I'm not the biggest fan of suicide. It's like not in my top 5 things I like.
No, I mean, like, it's just like, I've been in some pretty bad spots in life, very dark, and like, alone, and I've overcome it. I'm just saying, in terms of, like, I'm not going to have my opinion on it, but I just always think it's the easy way out. There's always someone who's affected by it. That's more what I meant. Definitely not a fan of it, mate. Definitely not a fan. Get on to Beyond Blue if you need help out there, people. Helpline. But yeah, some fucking good movies, man. It's definitely my upbringing. Tarantino is the shit. Jackie Brown was my favourite for years as a kid. Well, as a teenager, like 15, 16. So by then I'd seen, like, Reservoir, Pulp Fiction. I mean, he'd been in Dust Till Dawn, had a bit to do with it, but I knew him visually, like, that's him, that's fucking the guy. But Jackie Brown, I loved that. One of De Niro's best roles, one of Samuel L. Jackson's best roles. But the guy that plays the detective in it, I don't even know who he is or what he was ever from, and I don't think I ever seen him in anything again, but he was just so fucking good in that movie.
Minutes to go until entry period. Oh, we got 20 minutes until the race, right?
Yep, pretty much. Yep, exactly now. I'm just watching people bust laps, really. Furby's here, Baz, Aussie.
Yeah, I don't think we'll be in the same lobby for Manu.
No, I got a DR here.
You didn't get your DR? No.
Actually, fuck, that's what I was going to do, forgot. Where is this? See, what will he be doing first? Merlin, he should be doing Merlin first, but I'll grab both.
I think in a slightly lower room, with your pace, you have a chance.
I agree. Thanks, mate. In top split.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to be in Manu top split, it will be like second or third split, but yeah, just up with those guys that I'm up with at 60k. Very, very difficult. I don't know how much they've practiced.
No, there were a lot of things that went on in that race. I mean, only one real issue of my own doing, and it was when I had a good 5 or 6 second lead. And then in the chasing you down, I stuffed up a little and, like, should have caught you sooner than I did. And then obviously the last turn, where I swear to you,
I went back and watched the replay, and you lost it.
I was already thinking about the burnout, bro. Like, I was just already picturing my burnout. Like,
yeah.
What's going on, fellas? Just got a last minute room up for practice. Not really, but just a room up to suss it out, get some viewers happening. And I've got my time down to 2:46.0. My optimal's 2:45 something. I could definitely go better. But
yeah, I got my optimal to 2:45.9, and
nice, bro.
Plus is 2:46.2, 2/10
Oh,
behind.
but still, where we started the week and where we are now, I remember at the start of the week we were told that 45 was what the pros were doing, and it was like pretty much. That's, I know they are, but at least we got to that 45, 46 mark that they were already, you know, set.
Yeah.
Got to look at whatever positives we can at this level.
What a drive from Van Gisbergen 171 with the broken collar.
Yeah, I was actually watching the live timing splits, and it's first sector and last sector where I think you were really gaining the time over us.
Yeah, I definitely felt it in the first sector. Up the hill, really, like I can do up the hill like 85 over the curb now, nearly, and like climbing revs, you know, and then go straight over the other curb, and barely change the direction.
Laps were hectic.
Like I get wheel spin in 4th gear, legit.
Yeah, I started doing a little bit of lift in 3rd and 4th too. Especially up the hill. So I try not to. Like, if you stretch out the earlier gears enough, you can be okay with it. But there's like a certain spot just as after the first turn, before you kind of go down the dip and back up. It's like full blown. It just feels like there's a lot of water in the middle of the thing. No, we'll just keep it at Tim and I for now, mate, because it's once we get to the race, we pretty much all go silent anyways. And it's nothing personal, but it's just you're 13. I don't think I've had a child that young talk to me for a long time that hasn't been related to me.
Who's that asking?
Codes. I know. So I feel bad. It's like, I think Hayden asked the same thing yesterday. Just like, come on kids, keep to your... It's just weird too, you know, like their parents probably think it's weird.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just everyone keep to their own age groups until you're of legal age. I think once when I was with OGR, they were trying to get Ben in on a party, and he joined, and you could just tell, like, he was like, hello, and he was like all weird himself, and then like in the background you could hear someone wasn't happy. They were like, who are you talking to? What are you doing? Nah, get on. And then he just left, you know, like, it's like, yeah, that's probably the way it should be.
Voice than me and he
yeah, I don't, bro. I got a squeaky voice myself. It's just it's the hyperness too, you know, like. I get hyper and I can pull myself in, like.
You gotta be joking, just told us he's going for a nervous poo.
I tried, it just wasn't happening. I tried, bro. Just wasn't happening.
Oh, here we go. In time.
Had a nap, had a rest, watched some more Drive to Survive. I'm already up to episode 5 and just fucking obsessed. Feel sorry for Albon all over again.
Got to be done.
He had his chance though.
I know, but that first race, the Red Bull, Hamilton again, repeat of Interlagos, which, you know, the year before. It was brutal. It was really brutal. And then at the same time, the elation of Lando. But I agree. Like, I think I myself was one who wanted Albon to succeed. Like, I wanted Gasly to succeed, but then when Albon was put in the position he was, I wanted him to succeed.
I like Albon.
I was still on the side of wanting to hate Max all the time too, because of all the Danny shit and then all the Vettel and Webber shit before that. Just Red Bull and their one-man preference. You know, I wanted Albon to stick it to the man, but I accept Max now. Like, I really, truly accept Max. He's an incredible talent, and he's a funny little shit too. He's cocky, but he's funny.
I'm past the point in my life of, like, hating a driver, or, like, you know, just being against them just because they're not my favorite. So I'm pretty even with everyone.
Well, it was the same with Vettel, bro. I love Vettel now, but when, say, go back a decade, and hated him, couldn't stand him.
I can understand that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, one of the most ruthless drivers of the era, but when you see what he went through for the last 2 years, you literally feel sorry for him. Like, you can't, you can't fathom it. You're like, this is a joke, like how a company could ever do this. Like, it's like the Ferrari of fucking 1960. They're like, we don't.
Ferrari's like the bad ex-girlfriend of Formula One. Like,
Oh man, there was a line. There was a line
Alonso.
in Ricciardo's episode. I think it's like episode 4 or 5. And there's a line from Christian Horner. He's quite funny in it too. I used to hate him, and he's some of his shit. The way he nitpicks at Toto and shit, it actually makes me like him. The way he tries to bend the rules and the regulations, you know, to do everything they can to just keep up with him. But he was talking about Ricciardo and Cyril, and he was like, he goes, oh, it's like breaking up with your ex-girlfriend, but she hasn't moved out of your house yet. You know, like just like before the first race, obviously. And then when they're showing Cyril, like he was so upset. He was so upset. Like he just, like he wasn't even talking to him. He didn't talk to him for 2 races. But then, like you see, as soon as the Racing Point, even the Racing Point stuff, the way that's full blown opened up on Netflix, I'm like, fuck, man, they've got so much access on this shit. Like, if it can create controversy and views, they don't care what they're throwing in it. Obviously, there's still secrets of F1, but oh my god, they're putting in a lot of shit that you wouldn't think that they would have even touched, you know, like, because it's too controversial. Like, even with Ferrari, like the cheating scandal, all that's opened up with the power unit.
Yeah,
I need to rebuild my relationship
they
with
never had access to
Daniel.
Ferrari previously in the series, basically. You know, they've had access to Leclerc, but they haven't had access to Ferrari. Same with Mercedes too. And they do a whole episode on Valtteri, and it made me fucking respect that cunt so much. Like, so much. Like, just, hearing from Toto's words, his mouth himself, he's a good wingman. And then, like, literally the moment Valtteri hears it, he's like, well, wingman hurts. And
the
then
thing about Valtteri
they explained the whole
he's
Russian
a very
thing.
fast driver.
You would have known the 2018 Russian GP. Like, they go all the way back to that and explain, you know, the team orders, where it was clearly team orders, and a race that he had run and won himself, and then hands it over, like Barrichello style. And he said that, like, he wanted to quit F1 full stop after that. And then last year, obviously at Russia, he won. He did a real dirty thing too in qualifying. Deliberately knew that he didn't have the pace on Lewis halfway through the lap. When he come through, he was 400s behind Lewis, and he had Max right behind him, and his team is like, move aside, don't let, you know, he towed Max throughout like a third of the track. And then he was saying, you know, it's better to start in that from second or third than first. And then he basically sent it from third, got first, and Lewis also got a penalty for some bullshit standing start practice thing that he did on the side of the track. But just seeing Valtteri do that to them, like, because of the situation they're putting him in, is like, fuck me, mate, that's ballsy. Like, it was really good. Really, really good. And I won't say I didn't rate him. I know he's fast, like, but I thought that he always choked at the start.
I don't think it's even that he chokes. It's just, I mean, his teammate is Hamilton.
Yeah.
I mean, I know
He
a lot of
talks
people don't
about
like
that.
him, but
He's the
Hamilton's
best.
the quickest driver in F1.
He's the man.
Yeah, so it's like,
Even for me, it's not about not liking him. He's a pompous little shit. Always has been. His skill is undoubted, though. It's like the same with Prost and Senna, bro. Go back and look at the Senna and Prost stuff, and I kind of thought Prost was the villain, and then the more I grew up, I'm like, Senna was a pest. Like, but I love him. Like, God rest his soul. But he was a pest. Like, absolute little shit. And Prost, like, even they had Prost in Drive to Survive, and it was like he was talking about the Racing Point thing, and I was like, man, he was a very official guy. He was a very down the line guy. So seeing Prost,
by the way,
10. We've got like 5 minutes. I guess might as well jump into it. Bit over 5, 8 minutes or so. Yeah, I'll have a look. But
And
just
I'm
makes...
pretty sure you have got an hour.
No, it starts at 8, bro.
How much time do we have?
7 minutes. They're starting it
6
earlier now,
minutes, mate.
which is good. This is perfect. They've brought it forward, so
Oh
like,
no, never mind.
it makes so much sense swapping over nations and Manu now.
Badass.
You got 3 nations races on a weeknight, and then you got 5 Manu races on a weekend. And these ones are later. I guess weekends, everyone's up later.
No modes 8 p.m.
Yeah.
They have brought it forward, thank God.
Yeah, I know. No shit, mate. No shit. Having to stay up till 9 p.m. on a weeknight to do first slot. Fuck off. I'm usually snoring by then, mate. I'm an old man.
Like
just managed a
second
47
slot
in
is
that
still
with the
like
tyre wear.
1030
If
start
I can get that for
time.
quali, I think I'll be happy.
No, I think second slot's like 9:20 now, bro. Pretty sure it's 9:20. I think third slot's like 10 something, 10:40 or something. Let's have a look. Yeah, see? 8 o'clock, 9:20, 10:40, 12 o'clock, 1:20. I'm stoked. Could take 3 cracks, but I won't need to. I'm worried about the Corvette though.
Are you going to run in both? Which one are you running first, Corvette or?
Nah, RC. I'm doing the main. Always the main first, because I figure there's a lot of people that are going to do, you know, their run first, and they're going to bank what they get because they're good. And I want to be with those guys. You know, the higher, the first is always worth more. It's like Gav, he does it the other way around, and I think it's silly. I get it, getting a better run at it the second time through, but it can work the other way around too. You can end up more worn out the second time through, or more frustrated because it's more of the same.
Yeah.
Takari top 10
Yeah, I think so now. I'll be
times
doing multiple runs.
242 emojis.
There you go.
Emoji
Top times
plus
241,
face.
242.1 now.
242, Jesus.
Takari. Well, I've done 46.0, guys. Meta's done 46.2. Have you got Hyperdrift in your friends list?
Me? No.
So, am I number 1 on your friends list?
I think so.
Ooh.
Unless iRacer set a faster time.
No, he's 246 too. Yeah, boy. You mean Hyperdrifter 123, iRacer, Peppers, Ando, Ash Beacon, Norris, Auto 2 Moto, Ikitoshi. And there is 2.5 seconds between first and 10th, just in my friends list. And all absolute, like, SS guys. Or like A+, basically. I reckon I could brake later for the first turn too, because have you seen how low I get? Like, I get on the curb near the wall, but I always have so much time to kind of approach it. And
I don't do these
it's fine, the braking
practice
is so difficult,
times
like,
as they
the moment
aren't
you try and brake later,
representing of
it's
the actual conditions in
so far,
quality.
like it just seems better here to brake too early and kind of
yeah, well, that seemed to be what I started doing.
Than to brake late, because if you
less
brake
is more.
late, you lose seconds.
Also, the Corvette, man, pushes well over 250 by the end of the straight. Like, so easy. Hard to pull up, though. And I was trying to run I was running a -1 front brake balance just to get used to it, because I feel like you'd have to run that in the race for sure. Look after those rears.
Only -1. I'm running like -4 in the race.
Oh, well, I'm sure I will too, but for the practice alone, I was just trying to get used to racing the car like that, as is, you know, but racing it fast. Best
I'm gonna go to the toilet quickly.
mid 48. Yeah, pretty much the same, joking. But when we ran quali conditions, I have qualified third and pole so far. And my pole in the second lobby was a 46 something, a mid 46. Just fix this audio.
Nice time then, emoji thumbs up.
Yeah, we should be alright, man. Even Meta, I think, did in that lobby. There was 3 of us that had good qualifying times that were under 47, like under a high 47. Me, Meta, and Natty Gaines. I am top split with you. I'm with you. Holy shit, I'm top split. That's how many people aren't doing it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's how many people aren't doing it, bro. Jokin's here too. Holy shit, bro. Who knew? Lindgren, Twitchy. Holy fuck. Man. I gotta beat 144. The points have gotta be good for this, right?
You've got to think so.
Good luck, Jokin.
At least I'm not the only beta winner.
Am I the only RC? Yes.
Emoji happy tears.
I know, this is amazing, bro. .297 for the win. So I need 13th or better to improve my score.
Oh shit. Big moment. Out of rattle on.
Man, I'm currently 6th for Manu, even though I've skipped the race. and I'm second Aussie behind GT Mag. So do well here, and I'm pretty determined or guaranteed, I think, that my SS just wrapped up. Shakes are kicking in.
It's alright, Matt. Just treat this one as this is a warm up. Yeah.
It's not though. I don't care about the Corvette. I've got like fucking, I don't even have 200 points with the Corvette, I think, and I'm still somehow sitting like in the top 10 in the Manu there. But the pace I have now, I'm, you know what I mean? Like, the practice race was just with one moment. It was just it was exceptional.
We'll see how it goes, but if you're doing well, just drive it within yourself because you've got good pace. I don't know how we're gonna do against these really tough guys. Anyway, good luck. I'm gonna go out of the headphones, so
All right, mate.
I'll check back in before the race.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck, guys.
Come on, let me go. There's Meta.
Catch your ladders.
Can't stop shaking. it too easy. Took it too easy. I was shaking bad, bro. I was shaking so bad. I was trying to get out too. Like, once I come onto the back straight, there was a bit of traffic, and I just went for it. But I was shaking so bad. Oh well, we're not last, mate. At all. That's pretty much what I need to improve.
I mean, best case scenario, we would have gotten like 10th anyway.
What were the times? So what do we do? I did a 47 something.
I did a 47.2.
Alright.
So you did a 47.3. So
I mean,
so okay, 8 tenths
what
of a second.
we do in the other one, 40. Well, I did a high 46. So another second would have only put me to 12th, yeah. 11th. Yeah. If I did the time I did in the lobby, which you never really replicate.
Now just keep it together, man. Just
yeah.
People are gonna make mistakes. Oh.
It's good that we're close together too.
Can be good, can be bad. I'll probably let you through because I know you're quicker than me.
Oh, I gotta get over this.
But fuck this first chicane, man. I'm gonna put traction control on at the start.
Well, I had like 4 seconds on you guys after that fucking... It was a joke.
Yeah, in the lobbies, the like second and third start in the chicane. In this, it won't be like that, so it'll be like 6, 7, 8, but we'll still have to get through that first chicane before we can even get going. God.
Shit, but that's a big surprise.
Yeah, that was the guy who finished
Good
third
luck, guys.
my many race last week.
Well done, bro.
Yeah, Jochen did well. You joking?
Well, we ain't last. Fuck Twitchy, 10th.
Shiting my pants just quietly.
Bro, I'm shaking so much.
If you're going to use traction control for the first corner, I recommend putting it on now rather than trying to do it as you're heading to the first corner.
GTS and rain just don't mix, especially on certain corners where there is zero grip. Just stupid and can't understand why so many aren't doing it. Jesus, why am I so slow at talking FF?
It's not you, it's her. We played with her. She's the best. But please don't abuse her while I'm doing this, honestly, because it can be very, like, she can make you laugh. So yeah, please. I said I might even turn it off for FIA, but I forgot to do it. Wish me luck, babe.
Good luck.
Thanks, babe.
Got
it from both of you.
Just remember Benfield. That's a nice livery.
No, I can't agree to that. I'm not allowed to. I'm
Oh,
contractually
sorry,
obligated. That's right.
Changed, man. It used to be all about the racing.
Not when V's
Lag off.
involved, mate. Not when V's involved. I'm like the opposite of that guy in Logan Lucky. Fucking Seth MacFarlane's character with his energy drinks, making his driver have one, gets him all amped up and he fucks up the race.
Good luck, everyone.
Thanks, Baz. Top split, mate. In Manu. Well done. I haven't seen my number yet, so... Shout out to V Energy Drink Australia. Oh, and Kit Kat. Shout out to Kit Kat and Nestle. Shout out to Kit Kat. Have a break.
Sith boy.
Shout out to V.
Alright, man, good luck. I'm going
You
off
too,
that
mate.
set, so yeah, don't
Good
pump
luck.
me.
How brutal is that spray? We've got to get past this guy. Oh, this Japanese bloke's going to catch me. We've got to get past him. He's catching me so quick. And I had him at like 3 seconds until we got to this traffic. You gotta get him meta. Get him, get him, get him, get him. Come on, this is traffic now. Getting held up too much. Fuck that guy so much. I just couldn't do it anymore. And now I'm done. My race is done. My race is done. Sorry guys. Sorry guys. We got caught up in that for too long and I was going too slow. And I spun because of it. After I was doing my fastest, like I just couldn't do it. The reason I spun was because I was going too slow. Thrown away a great result. Absolutely thrown away.
I choked. We were going way too slow. Sorry I fucked up, guys. Absolutely devastated. I had so much pace over everyone, but we just got held up, and the slower we go the harder it is to control the car.